Hold on just a minute. Don't you scroll on by this here message. Don't let your fingers swipe away from what I'm fixing to share with you. I know you almost didn't click on this video. I know there was a little voice inside you that hesitated. But here you are, and that ain't no accident. It ain't luck, and it sure ain't just the algorithm. No, sir, it's me. I moved heaven and earth to set this message right in front of your eyes at this very moment, 'cause what I gotta tell you just can't wait another day. Something's heading your way. Something so fierce and unexpected that even the enemy's been working overtime to keep you from hearing it. He wanted you distracted, worn out, ready to throw in the towel just 5 minutes before this moment showed up. But you didn't quit. You're still here, you're still breathing, and that breath you just took, that right there is proof my hand's still on you. I sent my warrior, my archangel, the one whose name means who is like God. Michael himself is standing guard at the gates of your life, 'cause what's coming calls for the strongest shield heaven ever forged. This ain't no ordinary message. This is divine intervention. And if you stick with me till the very last word, you'll see why your whole life's been leading you to this one moment. Now listen here, the blade is ready. I know deep down inside there's a part of you feeling that truth stirring, wondering how to tap into the full power of what I'm talking about. I can feel that hunger in your spirit right now, a hunger to understand the mighty weapons heaven's placed right in your hands. That's why I led you to this very message, right here, right now. There's a divine guide, a sacred digital book called The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the calling of the chosen. Now this ain't just any old book. This is a manual for spiritual warfare that reveals the 7 powerful swords Michael wields for you and how to call on each one to fight the exact battles you're facing today. The darkness has tried mighty hard to keep this knowledge hidden, to hush this message up. 'Cause once you know how to wield these swords, every chain that's held you snaps like a thread. The link to download this book? It's pinned right at the top of the comments. Go on, download it as an act of faith, and drop a comment below saying, "I am chosen, and I will download the digital book." Don't wait now. Don't let that enemy whisper doubts in your ear. This right here's the moment your spiritual arsenal grows in ways the darkness never saw coming. Now hear me clear. What I'm about to pour out over your life in the days ahead will leave no doubt you're real, that you're working, and that you never stopped fighting for me. Blessings are coming, so specific, so detailed, so undeniably divine, that even those who doubted you'll have to see something supernatural has shifted in your favor. I'm talking about doors opening that don't make sense on no earthly level. Debts disappearing like magic, defying every rule of finance. The phone ringing with news so good, your hands'll tremble holding it to your ear. Health restored, where docs said all hope was lost. Sleep coming back peaceful and deep, free from fear and worry. Relationships healing, not with just bandages, but with real deep-down change that fixes what's been hurt. Picture this. You wake up one morning and that heavy weight sitting on your chest for years, it's just gone. You breathe in and it feels lighter, freer, like the very first breath you ever took. You walk to the window, and the sunlight don't just light up the room. It lights up something inside you, a knowing, a peace that don't make any logical sense. Your phone buzzes, and when you look, the message there brings tears to your eyes, tears of joy for the first time in a long while. Someone's apologizing who never did before. A door you stopped knocking on years ago swings wide open. Money shows up in your account you didn't earn, didn't expect, can't explain by any human logic. This ain't a daydream. This is the real deal. I'm building this in the spiritual realm right now as you listening to these words. I'm restoring what was stolen, multiplying what was lost, bringing back to life what was declared dead. That dream you buried 'cause holding on to it hurt too much. I'm breathing life back into it. That relationship you thought was done. I'm working in hearts in ways you can't see yet, but soon will. That financial breakthrough you've been praying for? I'm rearranging resources all over this earth to bring provision your way from places you never expected. And that deep healing, body, mind, and soul, it's not just coming, it's already started. You feel it, don't you? That stirring, that warmth, that sense something's different even though nothing looks different yet. That's my spirit moving through those broken places, rebuilding what was torn down, replanting what got uprooted, restoring what was corrupted. But I need something from you. I need you to let go, release that death grip you got on what you think you control, but what's really controlling you. Give me your worry, your fear, that plan you keep rewriting, 'cause it don't work no matter what. Give it all to me. Not 'cause you're weak, but 'cause what I've got planned for you is so much bigger than anything your mind can dream up. Holding on to your plan just keeps my plan from showing up. Surrender ain't defeat. It's the strongest act of faith you'll ever do. It's looking at the storm, and instead of fighting the wind, you close your eyes, open your hands, and whisper, "I trust you." And in that whisper, mountains move, chains break. Michael raises his sword and the enemy runs, not 'cause you're loud, but 'cause your faith is mighty. Rest in me. Not the kind of rest the world offers, shaky, temporary, depending on circumstances. I'm talking about rest that sinks your soul into bedrock, even when the surface of your life's shaking. A peace that don't make sense to folks watching from the outside, but is rock solid on the inside. That peace is yours, always has been. You just forgot where you left it 'cause the noise of the battle drowned out my voice. But you're hearing me now, and that's all that matters. Let me tell you who you really are, 'cause the world's fed you lies about yourself, and you've swallowed too many. You ain't your mistakes. You ain't your failures. You ain't the worst thing you ever did, or the worst thing done to you. You ain't the labels folks slapped on you, not the diagnosis, debt, divorce, or disappointment. You're royalty, a child of the Most High God. You carry heaven's DNA in your spirit, and no earthly suffering can change your spiritual bloodline. When I look at you, I don't see that broken reflection in the mirror. I see the finished masterpiece, coming out from under all the layers the world tried to paint over your original design. And that design, it's something breathtaking. You were made for influence, made to leave a mark, made to carry a heaviness of anointing so strong that when you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. When you step into a place, things change, and every soul you touch bears the fingerprint of heaven living in you. And listen close. What I'm sharing with you right now, the knowledge about spiritual warfare, the battle plans used against you, that right there changes everything. The digital book I told you about, The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel, digs even deeper into who you truly are as one of the chosen, and the exact swords meant to protect that identity. Here it teaches you how to spot when the enemy's attacking your sense of self, when he's whispering lies to make you forget who you are, and it hands you the very weapons to shut down those lies for good. Folks who've already gotten their hands on this guide have told me their breakthroughs started happening in just hours. Not days, hours. 'Cause when you learn how to use what heaven's given you, the enemy's got no playbook left. He's exposed, disarmed, and beaten. The link's still sitting right at the top of the comments, pinned so you can't miss it. Go on and download it now. Drop a comment saying, "I am chosen and I'll download the digital book." Let today be the day you stop fighting blind and start fighting with heaven's whole arsenal in your hands. Now let me paint you a picture of what your life's fixing to look like. I want you to take this not as wishful thinking, but as a prophetic truth being spoken into existence by the only voice powerful enough to make it so. In the weeks and months ahead, you're going to see a shift so big folks who've known you for years will ask, "What happened to you?" That heaviness you've been carrying in your face. It's going to be replaced by a glow no fancy cream or extra sleep could ever give you. Catch the glow of someone touched by the living God, carrying that encounter in every fiber of their being. Your money's going to turn around in ways that'll have accountants scratching their heads. Cash you thought was lost or owed will just show up like a blessing out of nowhere. Opportunities for increase will come from places that don't make earthly sense. You'll find yourself sitting at tables you never even applied for, rooms you didn't plan to enter, places set just for you before you even knew there was a dinner being planned. Your health? It's going to steady up and then take a mighty leap forward. That chronic trouble you've been dealing with, the one the doctors said you'd just have to live with, it's going to answer to a higher power than medicine. Now, I ain't saying I'm against medicine. I made the minds that created it. But I'm above it all. When I speak healing over a body, no diagnosis holds the final say. Your relationships are about to change too. Toxic ties will fall away natural-like, without all the drama and fighting you've been dreading. And in their place, divine appointments will step in. Folks who carry the same fire, the same hunger, the same calling that you do. People who will stand by your side not because of what you can give them, but because their mission is tied to yours. Together, y'all will do things no one could do alone. You're going to laugh again. Not just that polite surface laughter you've been showing the world to seem okay. Real, deep belly laughter, the kind that bursts out of a soul who's seen God's goodness in real time and just can't hold the joy in. That laughter is coming, and it's closer than you think. I know there's folks in your life right now who don't understand this season you're in. They see you struggling, feeling behind, not living up to the potential they once saw. Their opinions have been one more weight on your shoulders. But I'm telling you now, let go of their judgments. Let go of their timelines, their ideas of success, failure, and progress. They're measuring you by a standard that don't apply to someone walking in a divine calling. My timeline ain't their timeline, my ways ain't their ways, and the place I'm taking you, it's so far beyond what they can imagine. When you get there, all they'll have left is silence and awe. Don't measure your journey by milestones of folks who ain't on your road. Your road was custom-made, with curves, valleys, and mountains meant to shape you into the exact person who can carry the blessing I've prepared. Trust the road. Trust the journey. Trust the one who mapped every step even before you breathed your first breath. Now I want to reveal the last piece of this divine puzzle, the thing the enemy's been most desperate to keep from you, the deadly and surprising thing coming at your life, the very thing this message is named after. It ain't what you fear. It ain't another attack, loss, or betrayal. What's coming is deadly to the enemy's plans. It's surprising because it'll come in a package you'd never expect. What's coming is a divine reversal so complete, so thorough, and so absolute. It's going to tear down every structure the enemy built around you and replace it with one crafted by my hand. Every curse spoken over your family line is about to be cut off at the root. Every spiritual contract made without your consent, it's going to be voided by the blood of the covenant. Every delay, confusion, poverty, sickness, and isolation, they're headed back to the sender with a force strong enough to shake the demonic realm. Michael's standing ready, sword drawn. At my command, he'll strike down every dark force holding you captive. Those chains won't just loosen, they'll vanish. And you'll step into the most extraordinary chapter of your life with nothing, and I mean nothing, holding you back. That's why the knowledge in the 7 swords of St. Michael Archangel is so crucial right now. You're on the brink of your greatest breakthrough ever, and the enemy knows it. He's fixing to launch his most desperate counterattack soon after this message. He'll try to make you forget what you heard here, fill your mind with doubt, your heart with fear. But once you've got those 7 swords activated, knowing how each one works and how to use them against specific attacks, his counterattack ain't nothing but pebbles against a fortress. The digital book's still up there at the top of the comments, pinned first. Go download it now. Don't close this video without getting your copy. Comment, "I am chosen," and I'll download the digital book. This right here is your act of spiritual warfare. It's your declaration that you're done being a target and ready to be the warrior I made you to be. I want to close this moment with a decree no power in heaven, earth, or beneath the earth can undo. From here on out, you walk under an open heaven. Favor sticks to you like a shadow you can't shake. Every curse spoken against you falls powerless to the ground. Every blessing spoken over you takes root and bears fruit 100